everyone. Let us start now with our Nithyananda Yoga session for today, where we are going to be doing the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama 2, the second part of Tritiya Vinyasa Krama, continuing from where we had left yesterday. So let us start our Nithyananda Yoga session now with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gaganasadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. And the next is the Shivamoola mantra, where we are going to be chanting the Shivamoola mantra Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha internally 11 times, requesting all the participants and the viewers to please chant the Shivamoola mantra internally while we will be chanting it out loud, such that it is easy for everyone to follow along. Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha. 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 And the next is the Tattvachavana, which is the ritualistic cleansing. For this, you will be needing the Panchapatram and the Uddarini. The Panchapatram and the Uddarini is a traditional spoon and the cup which we use for the daily puja. So for this, you will be keeping your hands in the Gokarana Mudra, where you'll be cupping the palm and bending the index finger slightly into a cow ear-like position. And you're going to be keeping one Uddharani of water to the center of the palm 3 times and sipping it as the word Swada is being chanted. Om. So now you can take one Uddharani of water and keep it to the center of the palm and sip it. Om Atma Tattvam Shodhayami Swada. Om Vidya Tattvam Shodhayami Swada. Om Shiva Tattvam Shodhayami Swada. Now, please wash your hand. Now, with the base of your thumb, you're going to be wiping below your lips twice. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Now, please wash your hands. Now, with the tip of your index finger, middle finger and ring finger joined together, touch above your lip and below. Please wash your hand. With the tip of your index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tip of your ring finger and thumb joined together, right eye, left eye, and right ear and left ear. Please wash your hand. Now with the tip of your little finger and thumb joined together, please touch your navel center, right chest, left chest, and with the tip of all the fingers joined together, please touch above your head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and your heart center. So now we are going to be doing the conscious resolution, which is the Sankalpa. During the Sankalpa, we can visualize ourselves manifesting the ultimate yogic body and all the yogic powers of Paramashiva and being very healthy. As we chant this sankalpa, we are going to be manifesting this into reality. So for the sankalpa, you are going to be keeping the right hand on top of your thigh, cupping it on top with the left palm, and we will be chanting the sankalpa mantra as we place it on top of the right thigh. Om Mamopat Samasta Duritakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Preetyartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Preetyartham Cha Adya Purvokta एवं गुना विशेषेण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ पूरण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढगात्र यौगिकशरीरसिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिवशक्ति आविष्करणार्थं नित्यानन्दयोगाभ्यासं करिष्ये. Now please wash your hands. Om Apaupasprisya. And a quick reminder before we enter into today's Nithyananda Yoga session that all the teachings and practices in the Nithyananda Yoga session are for general wellness and educational purposes only, and that they are not to be taken for or used as a replacement for any medical advice. If you have any medical conditions, issues, diseases, illness, or if you're pregnant, please consult your medical health professional before participating and follow their advice. A sincere request that you please be in listening with your body and stay within your limits and capacities to avoid any injury during the Nithyananda Yoga session. If you feel at any point, if you feel discomfort, dizzy, ill, or uneasy, immediately stop and rest. So with this, we can enter into our Nithyananda Yoga session for today. We're going to be starting with the Dvishirshasana, where we're going to be placing both our palms on top of the respective knees and visualize our shoulder as our right shoulder as the extended head and lift it up next to your right ear. In this asana, we are going to be doing the Shambhavi Mudra. The Shambhavi Mudra will be frequently followed throughout the yoga session. And the Shambhavi Mudra is keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while the awareness rests deeply within. And next is the Samana Kumbhaka. The Samana Kumbhaka also will be frequently done through the Nithyananda Yoga. So the Samana Kumbhaka is where you will be inhaling deeply, visualizing the heat flames racing up along the spine. Maintain awareness of the heat, the digestive fire at the navel center, and hold the breath as long as you're comfortable and exhale. And the next is the Moola Bandha. The Moola Bandha, where you'll be contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward without any tension, and holding yourself in the Moola Bandha. Throughout the sequence, we are going to be doing the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, visualizing it rotating clockwise at the throat center. So throughout the sequence, we have to internally do this japa of Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Visualize yourself like a god, multiple heads radiating wisdom, perception, and mastery in every direction in Dvishirshasana. Skandashirah Paryantam Nitva Statavyam Dvishirsham Bhavati. And now we are going to be repeating Dvishirshasana on the other side. Now lifting your left shoulder towards your ear and holding it as you visualize yourself like a god with each head reflecting a distinct aspect of cosmic consciousness, visualizing yourself with multiple heads. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, where you'll be resting the awareness deeply within Samana Kumbhaka, feeling the heat flames rising up along the spine. Mula Bandha, contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor and lifting it upward. Um, Visualize yourself like a god, each head reflecting a distinct aspect of cosmic consciousness in Vrishirshasana. स्कंदः पर्यन्तं नीत्वा स्थातव्यं द्विशीर्षं भवति. Now you can relax your shoulder. The next asana we are going to do is the Kumbhirasana, the crocodile pose, where you're going to be crossing your hands and placing it on top of your head, being seated with one foot rested over the opposite thigh and the palms on the knee. And in this position, you're going to be arcing your back such that it makes a rounding the body forward, where you will be keeping your lower back straight, just only your upper back is going to bend forward. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, the Samana Kumbhaka, feeling the awareness inside and feeling the heat raising up above the spine. Continuing to next, we are going to be doing the Udhyana Bandha, where you're going to continue to be in the Mula Bandha throughout the entire Nithyananda Yoga session. The Mula Bandha is something which we are going to be continuously holding. In this asana, you're going to continue to hold the Mula Bandha as you also do the Udhyana Bandha, where you're going to be sucking in the stomach, drawing the abdomen inward and up towards the spine. In Udhyana Bandha, shifting your gaze towards your nose. You are going to be gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as an alligator, steadily patient and powerful, gliding through waters with unwavering focus in Kumbhirasana. नितंबे हस्तयुगलं भूमौ संकोचितः पतेत् कुम्भीरासनमावक्ष्ये वायूनां धारणाय च. And next, you can relax your hand. Next, we're going to be sitting with the knees, with the thighs resting against the heels and palms on the thigh. Keep your spine tall, chest lifted, gaze soft, and shoulders gently widened. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gazing towards your nose. Visualize each of your chakras. There are 7 chakras in our body. Visualize all the 7 chakras are bright with lights, radiating clarity, purity, and alignment in Chakrasana Dve. Savyo Dakshine Gulpe Dakshinam Dakshinetere. The next is Swastikasana Dve. In Swastikasana Dve, you're going to be sitting with the legs crossed in the same position, but you'll be tucking it securely between the thighs and the calves. Both your legs are going to be tucked in between the thighs and the calves. One can come from below into the thigh and one from the above into the thigh. As you continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Samana Kumbhaka and Mula Bandha, continuing to gaze towards your nose. Embody peace, well-being, good fortune and prosperity, radiating harmony in thought, word and deed in Swastikasana Dve. जानुर्भोरन्तरे सम्यक् धृत्वा पादतले उभे सम्यक् समकाय शिखा सुखासीन स्वस्तिकं तत्प्रचक्षते. The next is Swastikasana Trini. You're going to be sitting in the same position. Your legs are going to be in the same position, but you're going to be bringing your hands, resting the palm at the chest center on top of each other. As you continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, feeling the awareness resting deeply within Samana Kumbhaka, where you'll be visualizing the heat flames racing up along the spine, Mula Bandha, contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, embody peace, well being, good fortune, and prosperity in Swastikasana Trini. जानुर्वो अरन्तरे कृत्वा योगी पदतले उभे ऋचिकायसमासीनः स्वस्तिकं तत्प्रचक्षते. Next, now you can relax your legs from between the thigh, and now we are going to be placing one ankle tucked into the gap between the thigh while the other foot rests on top of your opposite thigh. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra with the awareness resting deeply within Samana Kumbhaka, feeling the heat flames racing up along the spine. Continuing to contract the muscles of the pelvic floor and lifting it up in the Mula Bandha. Gazing towards your nose, visualize and embody the state and space of bravery, fearless and steadfast in the face of all challenges. See courageous as a radiant flame within in Virasana Dve. अथ मनस्तैर्यकं वीरासनम् एक एकस्मिन्नु एकस्मिन्नु संस्थिमेकं पादं चरेद्योगी. Next is Karmukasana Trini. In Karmukasana Trini, you're going to bring your foot onto the opposite thigh on top of each other, crossing the legs into Padmasana. And from the Padmasana position, you're going to be bringing one hand from behind and holding onto the opposite respective toe from behind your back, and crossing the other hand and holding on to your respective toe from behind the back. So you're going to be simultaneously holding on to both your toes. If you're having difficulty in finding yourself to the toes, you can also nicely bend forward, bringing your forehead to the ground and finding the toes. And then you can again straighten your leg. You can also, if your Padmasana is like this, you can also push your legs more towards your inner hip, towards the sides of your hip, so that it will become more easy for you to access your toes as you do the Karmukasana Trini. For this, we are going to be holding on to our toes in the Prana Mudra, using the index finger and middle finger joined together, holding on to the toes, doing the Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka. So the Kaka Chanchu Kumbhaka is where you're going to be curling the tongue inward within the mouth, then extend it slightly outward, forming a small passage for the inhalation, and then you're going to exhale through your nose by again bringing your tongue inside. Doing the Mahamudra Bandha, where you're going to be contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, tucking the chin in towards the chest, drawing the abdomen inward and up. Doing the Udhyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, and the Jalandhara Bandha, where you're going to be tucking the chin in towards the chest. Gazing towards the nose, visualize yourself as Lord Paramashiva's bow, the sacred karmic alignment charged with divine energy and readiness. In Karmukasana Trini. पृष्ठे पृष्ठे वेदान्वितं पादं तस्य हस्तेन बन्धयेत् अत योगासनं वक्षे यत्कृत्वा योगिरात् भवेत्. Next is Vrishapati Asana. In the Vrishapati Asana, you're going to be sitting on top of your right leg with right leg bent as you bring your left knees aligning to the top and placing the right foot toward left foot towards your right hip. Holding on to the opposite knees, we are going to be doing a different pranayama, which is the Shitkari pranayama, where you're going to be gently pressing the tongue against the upper palate with the teeth together as you suck the air in um, through your teeth, making a hissing like sound. Doing the Mula Bandha, gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself experiencing the energy of a temple inside you, sacred, radiant, and alive in Vrishapati Asana. Jivana Godo Agra Karidavo Pagajimani Pashiti Yani. Now you can release your foot, bringing it towards the opposite hip. You're going to be placing your hands on top of each other, aligning both your like both the hands fingers together, placing it on top of your thigh, facing upwards, keeping the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness is deeply within in Shambhavi Mudra, continuing to do the Shitkari Kumbhaka. Keeping your teeth together and inhale through your mouth with your tongue kept on your upper palate. Inhale through your mouth, making the hissing like sound. Mula Bandha. Continue to engage with your muscles of the pelvic floor contracted. Gaze towards your third eye. Visualize the purifying effects of Dhruva grass happening on your being in Dhruvasasana. दो जंग परी करी जीवनो पगदा पाशति आनी. And next is Sukhadevasana. In the Sukhadevasana, your legs are going to remain at the same position. You're going to be bringing your hands in the Padma Mudra, where you're going to be making your hands into a lotus-like position and placing it on top of your knees. Continuing to engage in the Shitkari Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra. Doing the Mula Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize all the gods and the goddesses pleased with you, radiating blessings and divine favor in Sukhadevasana. Vamajang Aru Pidi Mahile Dachina Pidhe Dhare Suthahe. The next is Datta Digambarasana. In Datta Digambarasana, you're going to be holding on to your respective foot, sitting straight, holding yourself in this same position, where you're going to continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra with the awareness resting deeply within Shitkari Kumbhaka, inhaling through your teeth, making the hissing like sound. Mula Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upward without tension. Gaze towards your third eye. Visualize yourself as Datta Digambara, embodying the boundless renunciation and spiritual freedom in Datta Digambarasana. प्रथम जीवनो पावे उचावे दाई जंग उपरि करिल्यावे. Next is Machandrasana Trini. In Machandrasana Trini, your legs are going to be in the same position and your hands are also going to be in the same position, holding on to your foot as you bend forward and bring your head towards your knees, your chin towards your knees. Hold yourself in this position, continuing to do the Shitkari Kumbhaka, making the hissing like sound as you inhale. Shambhavi Mudra with the awareness resting deeply within. Mula Bandha, contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor and lifting it upward without any tension, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a fish, moving effortlessly underwater. Your body is thriving without oxygen, drawing energy from the currents and subtle waters themselves in Matsyendrasana Krini. जीवना पगदाई जंग परी राखे येडी कड़ी लगावे. Next, your legs are going to be in the same position. We are going to be doing the Gomukhasana Dve. In Gomukhasana Dve, your legs are going to be in the same position. As you bring your hands behind you, one from the top, one from below, and you're going to be holding on to your hand from below you, from behind at your back, pulling it on like this. As you gaze towards your nose, Moola Bandha, continuing to engage in the Sheetkari Kumbhaka with your teeth pressed in together and sucking in the air from your teeth, doing the Nasagre Drishti, which is gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as the face of a cow, gentle, nurturing, and serene in Gomukhasana Dve. उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. We're going to be repeating this set of asanas onto the other side. For the next set of asanas, we're going to also continue to do the Sheetkari pranayama, where you're going to be continuously sucking in the air from your teeth with your tongue pressed against the upper palate, making the hissing like sound. You're going to be continuously doing this as we repeat the asana on the other side. So now we are going to be sitting on top of our left leg as we bring the right knee from above and aligning it on top, holding on to the opposite knees. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sheetkari Kumbhaka, where you're going to be contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor and lifting it upward in the Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose. Experience the energy of a temple inside you, sacred and alive in Vrishapati Asana. जीवना गोडो अग्र करीडावो पगजीमनी पाशुति ani. Next is Dhruvasasana, Parshvantare. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Sheetkari Kumbhaka Moola Bandha, and gazing towards your nose. Your legs are going to be in the same position as you bring your palms on top of each other with your fingers aligned on top of each other, facing upward. Visualize the purifying effects of the Dhruva grass happening in your being in Dhruvasasana. दाई जंग परी करी जी मनो पगदाई पाशुति ani. Next is Sukhadevasana. Your legs are going to be in the same position. Your hands are going to come into the Padma Mudra, where you're going to open up your palms into a lotus-like formation and placing it on top of your top, the right knee. Continuing to do the Sheetkari Kumbhaka intensely. Moola Bandha, hold yourself in the Moola Bandha where your muscles or the pelvic floor is firmly contracted and lifted upward. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize all the gods and the goddesses pleased with you, showering blessings of protection, insight, and favor in Sukhadevasana. वामजंग अरु पीड़ी माहे दर्शन पीड़े धरे सुताहे. Next is Datta Digambarasana. Your legs are going to be in the same position. You're just going to hold on to the opposite foot, as you sit straight. Make your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sheetkari Kumbhaka Moola Bandha. Shift your gaze towards your nose. Shift your gaze towards your third eye. Paramashiva has blessed you to move beyond all the material needs and desires in Datta Digambarasana. प्रथम जीवनो पाव उचावे दाई जंग उपरि करिल्यावे. Next is Machandrasana Trini. In this asana, you're going to be in the same position with your legs and hands in the same position, just bending forward, bringing your forehead towards the above knee, continuing to hold yourself in the Mula Bandha, doing the Shambhavi Mudra with the awareness resting deeply within Shikari Kumbhaka, sucking in the air towards the through your teeth in, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a fish moving effortlessly underwater, your body thriving without oxygen in Machandrasana Trini. जीमनोपगदाई जंग परिराखे येडी कड़ी लगावे. Next is Gomukhasana Dve. With your legs in the same position, you're going to be bringing your palm from above. Now you're going to be bringing your left palm from above, holding on to your right. Both your fingers are going to interlock from behind you as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, Shitkari Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha. You're going to be gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as the face of a cow, gentle, nurturing, and serene in Gomukhasana Dve. उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. Next is Vamashwasa Gamanasana. In the Vamashwasa Gamanasana, your left leg is going to be in the same position as you bring your right foot flat on the ground, lifting it facing towards the sky and wrapping your arms holding on to your opposite elbows and placing it on top of your raised knee. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra with your awareness resting deeply within, we're going to be doing the Rechaka Kumbhaka. In the Rechaka Kumbhaka, exhale fully and hold the breath out without inhaling. Engaging in the Mula Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward without tension. Gaze towards your nose, visualize and control the outgoing breath, refined and intentional in Vama Swasagamanasana. Jamanam Paganam Dim Chanadane Jamanam Paganam Dim Chana Jamane Hatani Ka Khalima Rakhi. Next is Dhirasana. You can bring both your knees onto the ground into a kneeling position with your hip resting onto your ankle, sitting straight, placing a palm onto the respective thighs. Continuing to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, exhale fully and hold the breath. Shambhavi Mudra with awareness resting deeply within Mula Bandha. Firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward. Gaze towards your nose, visualize and embody the state and space of bravery, standing firm in the face of challenges in Dhirasana. बन्ने पग गोता नाती वालने तेन फनु गुडानी. Sorry for the technical glitch. We will now be continuing with Dakshina Pada Dhirasana. So in Dakshina Pada Dhirasana, now we are going to be shifting the leg where our right knee is going to be lifting up as we sit on top of our left foot, holding on to the opposite knees. Continuing to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka. Exhale fully and hold the breath out without inhaling. Mula Bandha. Firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward without any tension. Gaze towards your third eye. Visualize and embody the state and space of bravery in Dakshina Pada Dhirasana. Gazing towards your third eye. Bane pag gotane nathi Jaghine ten panu gudhani niche. Now, in the same asana, you are going to be releasing your leg, wrapping your, holding on to the opposite elbows and placing it on top of your raised knee as you continue to sit straight, holding yourself in this position in Dakshina Swasagamanasana. Continuing to do the Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, gaze towards your nose. Visualize and control the outgoing breath, steadying the mind and body in Dakshina Swasagamanasana. Jamanam pagunam deemchana jamane hatani ka khalima rakhi. Next is Vamapada Dhirasana. You are going to be swapping your leg, where now you are going to be sitting on top of your left leg as you raise your on top of your right leg as you raise your left knees towards the sky, holding on to your respective knees. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Rechaka Kumbhaka, exhale fully and hold the breath out without inhaling while remaining steady and aware. Mula Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward without tension. Gazing towards your third eye, embody the state and space of bravery, grounded and aware in Vamapada Dhirasana. Jamanam pagnam deemchana jamane hatani ka khalima rakhi. Next is Pashasana, where you're going to raise your both your knees, bringing it together in front of you as you twist towards your left side. Nicely twist and wrap your arms around the knee as you hold on to your hands from your back. Holding on to your hands together from the back. Nicely twist and hold on as you continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra with the awareness resting deeply within Rechaka Kumbhaka, where you are going to exhale fully and hold the breath. Mula Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward. Bhru Madhya Drishti, gaze towards your third eye. Visualize yourself bound by a noose of integrity, emotions aligned to the purpose in Pashasana. पादतले भूमौ निधाय जाननी उरसि निधाय विपरीतं हस्ताभ्यां अनुसहित जङ्घे निबध्य तिष्ठेत् पशासनं भवति. Now you are going to be twisting to the other side. So if you did it on the right side, you can now do it on the left, from left side. If you did it, you can do it on the right. Twist nicely and wrap your arms around, holding on to your other hand from behind you. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra with awareness inside Rechaka Kumbhaka, holding your breath. Mula Bandha, contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward. Gaze towards the nose. Visualize yourself bound by a noose of integrity, centered and resolute in Pashasana. पादतले भूमौ निधाय जानुनि उरसि निधाय विपरीतहस्ताभ्याम् उरुसहित जङ्घे निबध्य तिष्ठेत् पाशासनं भवति. Next is Simharupakasana. In Simharupakasana, you're going to be crossing your ankles and tucking the feet in and sitting on top of your ankles. As you place your palm, resting it on top of your respective knees, sitting straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra with awareness resting deeply within. You'll be doing this Sahaja Kumbhaka where you're going to inhale deeply and hold the breath and then slowly exhale. Moola Bandha. Firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself embodying Simha Rupaka with a majestic form and keen vision of a lion in Simha Rupakasana. Pivantim Gulpadeshebhyo Nipidhya Vyutkramen tu. Next is Guptasana. You're going to bring both the feet tucked fully underneath you between your thigh and the calves, so the buttocks rest above the heels. So you're going to cross your leg behind and sit onto your leg such that the knees are going to come in between your thighs. The foot is going to come in between your thighs with your hands placed firmly onto your knees. And you're going to be continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra with awareness resting deeply within Sahaja Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply through the nose and hold the breath and exhale comfortably. And Moola Bandha. Firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward without any tension. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself sitting in the sacred space of the Upanishad with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism merging into the timeless wisdom and cosmic consciousness in Guptasana. Janurvorantare padau kritva padau cha gopayet padau paricha samsthapya gudam Guptasanam viduhu. Next is Dikshasana. You're going to be standing straight tall in this asana. We're going to be doing a unique mudra which is specially for the Dikshasana, which is the Diksha Mudra, where you're going to be touching the index and thumb joined together of the right hand and place them on top of the crown of your head. We are going to be doing the Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Slightly contract the throat and draw the breath slowly in through the nostrils, producing the sound of an ocean. As you do the Moola Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upward without tension. Visualize the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam, blessing you on top of your head, giving you the initiation in Dikshasana. Prakshakidiradah stitva panchamushtimupatayet tadave sandhi dikshaya stenamupalabhyate. Next is Harinasana. You can now rest your knees onto the ground. It's a very interesting asana where you're going to be rapidly kicking your heel towards the back of your thighs. Continuously in a dynamic motion, you're going to be kicking both your foot towards your back. As you continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, we're going to be doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply through the nose and hold the breath comfortably and then release through the nose. And doing the Moola Bandha. Gaze straight in front of you. Visualize yourself as a deer, alert and graceful, sensing the slightest movement around you in Harinasana. Udanam Kritva Pashnabhyam Nitambam Harinasanam Bhavati. Next is Malasana. In Malasana, you can bring your hands under your the below of your knees, the back of your knees. You can bring your shoulder towards the back of your knees as you bring your foot in front of you from on top of your shoulder in this position. And you're going to lift your foot off the ground, your back off the ground. You're going to balance only on your hand. In Malasana, your legs are going to be coming on top of your shoulder like a garland. You're going to be doing the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhale through the nose deeply, hold the breath comfortably and then release through the nose. Moola Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward. Visualize your legs as a flower garland suspended delicately and gracefully in Malasana. हस्ताभ्यामवनिमव स्पृष्ट्वा स्कन्धयोर्जानुनी संस्थाप्य. Next is Narasana. This is an inverted asana. So if you are a female body in monthly cycle, please refrain from doing this asana. And also if you have already any health conditions or diseases that you are going through, you can refrain from doing this asana. So for this asana, you are going to be keeping your head and palm onto the ground in a tripod position, and you are going to slowly walk your foot, keeping your knees onto your elbows and lifting off into a straight line. Hold yourself in this position as you do the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze forward. Visualize yourself as the perfect human, embodying strength and softness, effort and surrender in Narasana. If you're doing it for the first time, what you can also do is go to the wall and you can lift yourself, finding the balance onto the wall. Kick your legs such that it goes and just rests onto the wall. And if you're a group of people doing it together, you can also take help of your partner. You can partner up and you can take the help for getting into the headstand position. In Narasana. इति योगासनेस्तश्च योगी भवति साधकः नरासनं यः करोति स सिद्धो नात्र संशयः. And next is Adho Mundhasana. Please do this asana very carefully because you need to be very careful as you lift because your neck can easily get sprained in this asana. So please take the support of the wall as you do this asana. Please go towards the wall, or if you have a partner, always do this asana with a partner. Now place your head onto the ground, lifting your entire body into a straight line as you balance on your head, and lift the hands off the ground, bringing it towards the side. Only your head is going to be on the ground. Your palms are not going to be on the ground. Only your head, your entire body is going to be in a straight line. So please do this asana very carefully without spraining your neck. If you already have any back problem or anything, please refrain from doing this asana. Hold yourself in this position. Visualize Paramashiva encompassing you, keeping you stable and centered in Adho Mundhasana. इति योगासनस्तश्च योगी भवति साधकः नरासनं यः करोति स सिद्धो नात्र संशयः. Next is Midaki Pavasana Dve. Now you can relax, come onto the floor. As you come to a seated position with your toes tucked and your knees are going to be placed on the ground, you're going to hold your hands in the Parashu Mudra where your fingers are going to be interlocked. You're going to bring it towards the right side as you bring your forehead towards the ground. Nicely bring your, hold yourself in this position with your forehead completely resting on the ground. Your hands are going to be in Parashu Mudra. You are going to be inhaling deeply through the nose and hold the breath comfortably and exhale. In Sahaja Kumbhaka, visualize your body softly being purified, every cell and fiber absorbing cleansing energy in Medakipavasana. Asana Kauguna Gulumai Bai Jai. Now we are going to repeat Medakipavasana with your hands continuing to be in the Parashu Mudra, bringing it now towards the left side with your toes tucked under you. Your toes are going to be tucked and you are going to keep your head onto the ground. Doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably, then release through the nose. Visualize your body softly being purified, bathed in gentle transformative energy in Medakipavasana Dve. Asana Kauguna Gulamai Bai Jai. Now you will come to a comfortable seated position with your knees and your entire calves on the ground, sitting on top of your ankle, with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, keeping the eyes open and gaze outward while the awareness rests deeply within. Sahaja Kumbhaka, Udhyana Bandha, draw the abdomen inward and toward the spine. Gaze towards your nose, visualize and embody the state and space of bravery, poise and resolute in Virasana Trini. Danda Padmabharadvaja Veeravajram Samanitu Asana Anisada Kuryat Sudirgaireja Purakaihi. Now we are going to do Senasana. The Senasana is a dynamic asana. You can place your palms flat onto the ground and you can come to a Gajasana position with your hips facing up towards the sky with your foot resting flat on the ground. Now you are going to kick your legs up and bend your elbows such that it comes towards the ground, and then you can land your foot down again. Yes, you are going to be doing this dynamic position. Bringing your chest such that it is coming parallel towards the ground. So when you jump and come diagonally towards the ground, you are going to bring your chest such that it is coming parallel towards the ground, and then you can land your foot, repeating it again. You are going to be doing the Moola Bandha with the pelvic floor contracted. Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath comfortably and exhale. Visualize yourself as a hawk, eyes keen and wings poised. See awareness, soaring precision and focus guiding every movement in Senasana. Viparita Nritya Chastatau Nasika Bhumo Samsprisha Urdhvam Nitva Punav Samsprishet Senasanam Bhavati. And next is Pincha Mayurasana. You're going to keep your elbows onto the ground with your palms straight parallel to the ground, nicely pushing towards the ground as you kick and find the balance in Pincha Mayurasana. You're going to be kicking your leg and arcing your spine, finding the balance. You can take the support of the wall and you can practice this asana. Please do this asana very carefully so that you don't fall around you. Take the support of your partner and do. You can also do this asana with the support of the wall. You can kick and land your foot onto the wall. You can do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself as a peacock feathers fanned and radiant, displaying beauty and majesty in Pincha Mayurasana. मायूरं पिञ्चमायूरं पद्मपीठं समन्वितं कौकुटं गर्भपिण्डं च कूर्मं योगनृसिंहकम्. Next is Godohikasana. You can come to a position that you are going to be balancing on your toes with your knees pointed forward, keeping your hands into a fist-like position, keeping it on top of your knees, sitting straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, engaging in the Mula Bandha, where you are going to be contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor and lifting it upward, Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka, where you are inhaling deeply through the nose and holding the breath and exhaling. Gaze towards your nose, visualize yourself milking a cow, hands steady and gentle in Godohikasana. श्लिष्टर्गुली श्लिष्टगुल्फौ भूमौ श्लिष्टो प्रसारयेत् यत्रोपविश्यपादौ तौ दण्डासनमुदीरितम्. Next, you're going to be coming into a standing position where you're going to nicely feel the stretch throughout the entire body, lifting your hands up towards the sky. You're going to be lifting your heels off the ground, balancing only on your toes as you nicely feel the stretch. Okay, so next we're going to be continuing with Ushtrasana Trini. Apologizing for the technical glitch. So we're now going to continue with the Ushtrasana Trini. In Ushtrasana Trini, you're going to be coming onto your toes with your hands nicely stretched above you as you feel the stretch of your entire body, lifting your hands up. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, gaze towards your third eye. Visualize yourself as a camel enduring harsh conditions with calm resilience in Ushtrasana Trini. पादङ्गुल्याभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा बाहु ऊर्ध्वीकृत्य तिष्ठेत् उष्ट्रासनं भवति. Next you're going to be in a similar position, but you're going to keep your hands together in the Anjali Mudra with your gaze up. You're going to look up. Visualize yourself as a mountain rooted deeply and standing stable for thousands of years. As you do the Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhale deeply through the nose and hold the breath, and then exhale, Moola Bandha in Tadasana Dve. Mahamudra Baddha Konam Tadasanam Vedakanam Uttanasanam Sada Kuryad Bhakti Purvam Priya Priye. Next is Talasana. In Talasana, your palms are going to be facing upward towards the sky as you continue to remain on your toes, stretching the entire body, bringing your gaze up towards the sky, continuing to engage in the Moola Bandha. We are going to be doing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra with the awareness resting deeply within, gaze towards your third eye. Visualize yourself as a tall, unwavering palm tree symbolizing Lord Rama's skill, strength and victory in Talasana. Behat unsha karine panja pahola rakhine. Next is Kulala Chakrasana. You can extend your hands parallel to the ground as you make circles. You can move your hand forward and make circles. If you do this for 1 minute, you will be able to feel that your arms are also feeling the sweet pain of doing a workout for the arm. So just keep doing this rotation in the front. As you do the Shambhavi Mudra, keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness rests deeply within. Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhale deeply through the nose and hold the breath comfortably and then release through the nose. Moola Bandha, contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward without tension. Visualize yourself as a potter's wheel, spinning with steady balance and centered awareness in Kulala Chakrasana. Hastau prasarya brahmanam kartavyam Kulala Chakrasanam bhavati. Now you can relax your hand, bringing it and holding on to opposite shoulder as you come on to the tip of your toes with your legs together. Lifting off, heels off the ground, balancing only on your toes in Panjasana, where you are going to be engaging in the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha, bringing your gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself rising gently with the tip of your feet rooted to the earth in Panjasana. Charanasya uttishtet bhuvastale munihi. Next is Ardha Chandrasana. In Ardha Chandrasana, you are going to be bringing your left foot onto the inner thigh, placing it firmly inside, standing straight, resting your hands on the ground adjacent to each other, just leaving it next to each other. Doing the Shambhavi Mudra, where you are going to be resting the awareness deeply within Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Firmly contract the throat and draw the breath slowly through the nostrils, producing the sound of an ocean. Moola Bandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upward without tension. Visualize the moon in your inner space, radiant and serene. See your consciousness reflecting calm clarity and gentle illumination in Ardha Chandrasana. Ekena padena bhumim avashtabhya, anyapadataleena uru avashtabhya tishtet. And next, we are going to be doing Shankhvasana. Shankhvasana is a dynamic position where you are going to be bringing first your right foot towards the chest, sitting and getting up. Left foot towards the chest, sitting and getting up. You are going to be doing it in a dynamic motion in a repeat. We are going to continue to hold the Shambhavi Mudra with the awareness resting deeply within Ujjayi Kumbhaka with the sound of the ocean as you inhale through your nose. Moola Bandha, contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting it upward. Visualize yourself as an arrow to Paramashiva's bow, taut with potential, precise in intent in Shankhvasana. Also remember to continuously do the Mahavakya as the japa in your throat center. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Opening your chest outward towards the sky, doing the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha, your gaze is going to be upward towards the sky. Visualize yourself in side angle extending and opening with grace in Parshva Konasana. Saptachakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakalana Nendriyata Dadhya Konabhedansamabhyaset. Now you are going to be twisting your body and placing your left hand towards the right foot. You are going to cross your body and place your left hand towards the right foot, straightening the right hand towards the sky. It is Parivritta Trikonasana, the twisted Trikonasana. So look upward towards the sky after you twist. Continuing to hold yourself in the Moola Bandha, Shambhavi Mudra and Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself in revolved triangle, twisting and opening with clarity in Parivritta Trikonasana. Saptachakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakan Janane Indriyadadhadya Konabhedansamabhyaset. And the next is Virabhadrasana Trini. In this Virabhadrasana Trini, your right foot is going to be firmly placed onto the ground. As you lift your left foot off the ground, your entire body is going to be parallel towards the ground. Only your right leg is going to be firmly rooting onto the ground. You are going to hold yourself in this position, continuing to engage in the Moola Bandha, contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor and lifting it up. Shambhavi Mudra with awareness resting deeply within Ujjayi Kumbhaka, contracting the throat and making the ocean-like sound as you inhale. Visualize yourself as a fierce warrior and in the third variation, ready to advance with assertive power in Virabhadrasana Trini. Vashishtamata Kaundinyam Urdhukukkutameva cha Ashtavakramatottana Mayuram Setu Bandhanam. Next is Vamapadasana. Now the leg which is extended behind is going to come forward in front of you. So you're going to be continuing to be rooted onto the right foot as you stretch the left leg straight in front of you. Hold yourself in this position. If you're finding it difficult to hold yourself in this position, what you can also do is take the support of the wall as you place your foot onto the wall straight and hold yourself in this position. You can do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Pranayama, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, holding yourself in the Mula Bandha. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as standing on your left foot, balanced and aware in Vamapadasana. Jamne pag purvabhani, jamne apanum mahoyat tebhanim. Next is Matantara Vrikshasana. You're going to continue to be rooted onto the left foot as you bring the right foot towards the inner knee, balancing, keeping your hands in the Anjali Mudra in front of your heart center, engaging in the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, contract the throat and inhale, making the ocean-like sound. Mula Bandha. Gaze straight in front of you. Visualize yourself in mindful pose, the tree pose, rooted like a deep tree in Matantara Vrikshasana. Ardha Vrikshasane, Asanane, Avantare Bhedache. Next is Kamasana. Your legs are going to now, the leg which is there in the inner knee is now going to come towards the inner thigh, facing backward while your foot faces front, and you're going to bend and place the pinky, the little finger, the tips of the little finger is going to be coming on the ground. What we need to also ensure is that we don't bring our entire weight forward such that the little finger is going to be holding the entire weight. You need to keep your weight such that it is going to be on your leg, on your foot. Only your little fingers tips are going to be on the ground without any weight on it. So you're going to hold yourself in this position as you gaze towards your nose, continuing to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra and Mula Bandha. Visualize yourself embodying desire, focused and intentional. See your awareness energized and directed, harnessing passion and clarity while remaining disciplined in Kamasana. Nitambe cha pada goshti hastabhyam anguliyakam. Now we are going to remain with your legs continuing to be bent. You are going to remove your hands and hold on to your respective knees in a chair-like position. Your ankle is going to be resting on top of your left knee, on top of your right knee. Bend forward. Hold yourself in this position by doing the Mula Bandha. Continue to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as an airplane in flight, being steady and soaring in Vimanasana. Ekam padam bhumau nidhaya nitambam janu pradeshe aniyam. Next is Ardha Padasana. In Ardha Padasana, you are going to continue to balance on your left, with your left foot flat on the ground and bringing your hands in the Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center, keeping your foot towards the inner knee. Continuing to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka Mula Bandha. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a half foot, grounded yet elevated, poised for a moment in Ardha Padasana. Ubharahine Daba Pagana Phana Jamana Pagana Dimchana Nam. Next, we are going to be doing the Utthita Trivikramasana. in the Utthita Trivikramasana, you're going to be standing on top of your left foot. As you bring your right leg from inside and lifting your right foot towards the sky. So since we were doing it on the right side, we can balance on the right foot as we stretch the left foot up towards the sky, holding it up and standing in a balanced position. You can take the support of the wall as you bring your arms and from the front, holding your legs up, so you hold your balance. We are going to continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. Visualize Swamiji radiating cosmic consciousness in your inner space in Utthita Trivikramasana. उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहं गारुडमेव च वातायनं गोमुखं च भारद्वाजं त्रिविक्रमम्. Next is Natarajasana Dve. So in the Natarajasana Dve, we are going to continue to balance on the right foot as we bring the left foot from behind into the same Natarajasana in the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama which we practiced, holding the leg and arching the spine. But now we are going to be bringing the elbow from inside and bringing it towards the sky. So we are going to be holding on to the toe, bringing it from inside and towards the sky. As you hold on to the toe with both your hands, finding the balance in this asana, continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moolabandha. Visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja, dancing in cosmic rhythm in Natarajasana Dve. Shalabhasana Bedascha Nataberunda Namake Ganda Berunda Sahite Shishadandhasanam Tatha. Next is Purna Padasana. You're going to be standing comfortably with your foot together and your hand resting in the side, standing straight, upright. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, merging with your awareness. See Swamiji's guidance illuminating every thought and action in Purna Padasana. Ubharahine Dava Paganapana Jamani Paganadim Chananam. Next, we are going to be repeating this set of asanas on the other side, starting with the Ardha Talasana, where now you are going to be lifting your left hand up, straight above you. As you gaze up towards the sky. Keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward while awareness is deeply within in Shambhavi Mudra, continuing to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. So for the next set of asanas, we are going to be doing the Shambhavi Mudra with awareness resting deeply inside Ujjayi Kumbhaka, where you are going to contract the throat and draw the breath slowly in through the nostrils, producing the sound of an ocean. Moolabandha, firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upward without tension. This is going to be constant for when we repeat the asana on the other side. Visualize yourself as a palm tree, standing tall and resilient. See awareness rooted deep in Ardha Talasana. Behata umcha karine panjapahola rakhine. Next is Veerabhadrasana on the other side, as we now bend our left foot into a 90-degree angle, keeping our entire hand facing downward in a parallel to the ground. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moolabandha, Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham Japa, rotating clockwise at the throat center. Visualize yourself as Lord Veerabhadra, fierce and purposeful in Veerabhadrasana. Vasishtamatakoundinyam urdhvakukutameva cha. Next is Parshva Konasana. We are going to now bring our left palms flat onto the ground as we angle our entire body, bringing the right palm from above the head. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moolabandha. Gazing upward, visualize Swamiji anchoring your consciousness. See Swamiji's energy stabilizing your being in Parshva Konasana. Saptachakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakandana Nendriyadardhadya Konabedam Samabhyaset. Next is Parivrita Trikonasana. Twist your body, bringing your right palm flat onto the ground towards your left foot. Twisting your body, keeping both the legs straight. Doing the Parivrita Trikonasana, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. Visualize yourself as a triangle, stable and balanced in Parivrita Trikonasana, the revolved triangle pose. Sapta Chakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Visheshakarna Jananendriyadardhadya Konabedan Samabhyaset. Next is Veerabhadrasana Trini. Now your left foot is going to be flat on the ground as you lift your entire body parallel to the ground, balancing only on your left foot. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka Moolabandha. Visualize yourself as Lord Veerabhadra, empowered and vigilant. See your awareness sharp and decisive in Veerabhadrasana Trini. Uttana Padam Kroncham Cha Maricham Veerabhadrakam Natarajam Trikonam Cha Suptangushta Prasarane. Now you're going to bring the right foot forward into a stretch pose. Contract your abdomen, your abs as you hold yourself in this position. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, filling your inner space with boundless consciousness in Dakshina Padasana. Jamne Paga Purva Bhane, Jamne Apanamba Hoyita Tebane. Next, we are going to do Matantara Vrikshasana, where we are going to bring the left foot in, right foot in towards the inner knee, inside of the knees, balancing with our hands placed in the heart center in the Namaskara Mudra, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra and Ujjayi Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a tree, roots deep and branches wide in Matantara Vrikshasana. Ardha Vrikshasane, Asane Avantara Bhedache. Next is Kamasana on the other side. Now you're going to bring your right foot towards the inside of your knees, facing front, forward. Continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. Gaze towards your nose. Embody pure unconditional love radiating through every cell in Kamasana. Nitambe Chapada Goshti Hastabhyamanguliyakam. Next, we are going to do Vimanasana. You are going to bring your foot, which is there towards the inner thigh, now towards the knee, as you bend forward, holding onto your respective knees, coming to a chair-like diagonal position. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. Visualize yourself as an ancient Hindu aircraft soaring across realms and dimensions in Vimanasana. Ekam Padam Bhumo Nidhaya Nitambam Janu Pradeshe Aniya Dvitiyam Padam Januni Nidhaya Tishtet Vimanasanam Bhavati. Next is Ardha Padasana, where you're going to now continue to balance on your left foot as you bring your right foot towards the inner knee, keeping your hands in front of your heart center in the Namaskara Mudra. Continuing to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moolabandha. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize yourself as half foot grounded yet elevated, poised for movement in Ardha Padasana. Ubharahine Daba Phagana Pana Jamana Pagana. Next Utthita Trivikramasana on the other side, continuing to balance on the left foot. Now you can place the right hand onto the wall as you can place the right hand onto the wall as you bring your left foot from front, lifting it up straight towards the sky as you balance on your left foot. Now you can slowly find the balance and hold on to your foot with both your hands, continuing to do the Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra and Moola Bandha. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, radiating cosmic. So in this asana, when you gaze in one, you will be able to hold yourself in this asana. Uttanam kurma pitham cha simham garudameva cha vatayanam gomukham cha bharadvajam trivikramam. Next is Natarajasana, where we are going to left foot. Now we are going to hold on to the right foot as you twist it from inside and bring your elbows up, out. You're going to be holding on to your right foot as you twist your elbow from inside, and then you're going to hold on to the foot from the top. Keep the eyes open and steady, gazing outward, continuing to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Moola Bandha. Visualize yourself as Lord Nataraja, dancing in cosmic rhythm in Natarajasana Dve. Shalabhasana Betascha, Nataberunda Namake, Gandaberunda Sahite, Sishadandasanam Tatha. Now you can relax. Next is the Kaupinasana. In Kaupinasana, your foot is going to be together as you stand straight. You're going to be cupping both your hands and placing it in front of your perineum, region. And you're going to continue to do the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha. Gaze towards your nose. Visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, merging with your awareness. See your guidance illuminating every thought and action in Kaupinasana. Vrishna Sahita Lingam Urumadhe Gadam Dhritva Charana Grabhyam Statavyam Kaupinasanam Bhavati. Now you can come back to a lying down position. Flat onto your back. As you hold on to your toes and stretch it up towards the sky. Your entire leg is going to be straight, your foot facing up towards the sky, holding your toes in the Prana Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka. Inhale deeply through the nose, hold the breath and continue to engage in the Moola Bandha. Visualize each of your chakras as bright white light spinning and radiant in Chakrasana Dve. Behatana Anguliti Bepaganim Angali Pakadine. Next is Thanasana. Your foot is going to rest onto the ground, your knees facing towards the sky. Your palms are going to rest on top of your thigh. As you continue to engage in the Sahaja Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra and Moola Bandha, visualize Swamiji is extending you gently yet powerfully, helping your body move beyond all the perceived limitations in Thanasana. Shavavad bhumo tishtet shavasanam bhavati padadvayam vinotanasanam bhavati. Next is Trikutasana, where you are going to be now placing your elbows onto the ground and lifting your body up as you drop your head towards the back, making a arcing like position with your spine. Continuing to engage in the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka and Moola Bandha, visualize yourself as a mountain with 3 majestic peaks, standing firm and enduring in Trikutasana. उत्तानशयनं पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा कूर्परौ अवरण निधाय पृष्ठप्रदेशम् ऊर्ध्वम् उन्नमयेत् त्रिकुटं भवति. And next is Chatushpada Peetham, placing your palms and foot flat on the ground as you lift your hip, making your body parallel towards the ground. Hold yourself in this position. Straight, your body is going to be straight, only your foot and the hips are going to be parallel towards the ground, and your leg is going to be in like a 90-degree diagonal position. So you're going to hold yourself in this position. Visualize each limb as a pillar of a Hindu temple, strong, steady and radiant in Chatushpada Peetham. Purvartanam Chatushpadam Peetham Vajrasanam Tatha. Next is Vakra Padmasanam. In Vakra Padmasana, you're going to hold on to your toes and bring your back onto the ground and lean back onto the elbows such that your crown of the head is going to come onto the ground. You're going to arc your spine such that your crown of the head is going to come onto the ground. We are going to be doing the Kevala Kumbhaka. Allow the breath to pause naturally and observe without forcing. Moola Bandha, gaze upward, visualize a lotus arcing upward, petals opening strong and resilient in Vakra Padmasana. Archita Kamalasana Pada Prayatnayo Grahanam Kurvita. Next is Mukta Padmasana. You're going to be in the same position, gazing towards your nose. Visualize yourself as a lotus flower that has fully blossomed and risen above the muddy waters in Mukta Padmasana. Mukta Padmasanam Kritva Uttanam Shayanam Charet Kurpara Abhyam Shiro Veshtya Matsyasanam Rogaha. Next, we are coming to our 400 asana. We are going to be concluding with the Mritasana, where you can now lay flat on the ground with your palms facing up towards the sky, with your entire body laying flat on the ground on your back. Doing the Shakti Chalana Mudra, focus on the Mooladhara. Contract the perineum to rouse the dormant Kundalini. Firmly contract the muscles of the pelvic floor into Moola Bandha. Visualize your soul rising free from the limitation of the corpse body, guided by Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. See your consciousness expanding beyond the physical confines, moving through infinite space with clarity and liberation in Mritasanam. Uttanam Shavavad Bhumo Shayanam Tu Shavasanam Shavasanam Shramaharam Chitta Vishranti Karanam. Now you can slowly start moving your toes, your ankles, and bring your knee towards your chest. Roll on to your knees as you come to a seated position, into a comfortable seated position. Yes. Congratulations to all the participants and viewers who have been following along the Nithyananda Yoga. So today we have completed 100 asanas, and if you have been following along from the starting of the sequence, today we have completed 400 asanas, completing the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. Tomorrow we are going to be continuing with the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama from asana 400 to 500. So requesting all the viewers to tune back in at the same time for the live Nithyananda Yoga session. And with this, we will be coming to the conclusion of today's Nithyananda Yoga session. Also inviting all the viewers and the participants to come and join the Paramashiva Sena program to have a direct one-on-one training which is happening in the Guinea-Bissau time zone. So now we are going to be concluding with the Purna Mantra. Bring your hands in a Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु Om Nithyanandam. Now please offer your gratitude at the lotus feet of Swamiji by bowing down. Thank you everyone for joining Nithyanandam.